A Kenyan pastor was caught on camera injecting William Ruto mercilessly, proclaiming a gloomy future to the president for having joked with God. The video is here with us.
For God to receive anything from you, He has first received you. So if you hear people reject what you give, it means you are rejected. So the man Ruto is rejected, completely rejected. I saw the other day he went to Guru's house. He's now roaming like a headless chicken, trying to appease people. There's nothing that man can do. There's nothing. I said this many times already. There's nothing Ruto can do that will help him. The best thing for him is to resign. Nothing will work for him. I said that many times before. This is not the first time. Nobody jokes with God. He's now trying to play the same tactics. He said that going to church, I give 5 million. Everybody giving offering. Do they announce it? Why are you announcing it? You want to buy people. You're an idiot. And the one thing that is so bad about this brutal man, that is an idiot that will never get wise. 5 million is not 5 bob. For somebody to reject your 5 million, 10 million, somebody to reject your 10 million, it means you're a useless person. Nobody wants anything to do with you. Nobody wants anything to do with you.
Now, on the flip side, clerics in the Luo Nyanza region have entered into a bread-based arrangement where they now condemn the youth for not having wanted anything to do with the president's speech during Jamhuri Day.
Some of the things that as a church we didn't seem to like is the way people are booing the regional commissioners who are leading the statements in some parts of the country. They will not even let some of the regional commissioners finish their statements. I think that doesn't reflect a civilized society. That does not reflect a democratic society. Because in a democratic society, people have the opportunity to speak whatever they want to speak. Plus the fact that we need to be able to recognize those who are in authority. And whether we like it or not, the point is the government that is in place democratically. It is the elected government. They are the people who are there. They have the agenda. And it doesn't show a very good picture when we cannot even listen to a simple message of an Independence Day, because that is just courteous. It's just the proper decorum. So as a church, we would like to appeal to the Kenyans to be more patient, to be tolerant with divergent views. We cannot all hold the same view. So it is important that we become tolerant with divergent views. We would also want to ask the Kenyans to shun divisive politics, because if we divide ourselves in tribal lines, we cannot be able to go very far. It's a great image to see the people of where we are now in Nyanza, Ugenya, appreciating what the government is doing in their community, in their society. Yeah, yet for many years we have known them historically as people who are usually outside the government, usually opposing. But now here we are in this function, and wherever we are passed, people are appreciating what the government is doing. So it is important that people from other regions, especially our Mount Kenya region, to realize that rejecting the leadership, whether it's the president or the current government, and booing them and not accommodating them does not come with development.
Now, in this video, I want us to look into why the two groups of clerics decided to air different voices, and without wasting time, let's get after it. The first thing is that I'm of the opinion that much as the pastors and bishops have been doing a good job in holding the president to account, some players within the clerics community are out to seek attention and thus become internet sensations at the expense of unsuspecting flock. The pastor who says that the president is roaming around like headless chicken, for example, has completely lost the point. I think the office of a pastor is a very noble office of dignity and discipline, and the language with which a pastor uses to communicate to the people also ought to be properly polished. It is completely uncalled for a pastor to use reckless language on the pulpit in the name of criticizing the head of state. Remember, inasmuch as the president might have been on the wrong side, he is still the duly elected head of government, and therefore he deserves respect not only as president, but also as any other ordinary Kenyan citizen. It is very wrong for a pastor to use a vulgar language while referring to the president, because, what is it that the cleric is trying to communicate to the church by using such kind of language? Respect has to be paramount, even when you disagree with an elected political leader who is currently in office or who is not in office. Number two, and on the flip side, I completely disagree with the clerics from Luo Nyanza who claims that the president was disrespected because the county commissioners who were to read his Jamhuri Day speech were booed, rejected, and some were nearly chased away. Clerics and bishops cannot in any way dictate how the people respond to the president's mannerisms and mode of conduct. The people reserve the right to boo the president and reject him at their own convenience. It is up to the people to decide whether or not they will attend a function presided by the head of state or his representative. I think on this the clerics have crossed into the political side. My advice to them is that they should get back to the business of attending to the flock of God rather than playing politics. Let them leave politics alone. They should decide whether they will remain as bishops or clerics, or whether they will remove their priestly robes and join active national politics. This idea of giving press conferences and statements every other day should now stop. Clerics should spend 99% of their time in religious affairs and, if need be, only 1% in civil politics and governance. As we speak, it is publicly accepted that the William Ruto administration is the most inconsistent government that we've ever had since independence, and only a few people still have confidence that this administration will deliver the promises that it gave during the campaigns. And these are the likes of Adani, the Biden administration, Martha Koome, Raila Odinga, and his bread-based politicians, Narendra Raval and his corrupt lieutenants. Everyone else do not have faith in this regime. As we speak, I'm seeing a scenario whereby bishops and clerics, who in the first place were at the forefront of fact-checking the president, will now change tune and start singing songs of praises to the head of state. It is not surprising that the other day President Ruto had met clerics at State House. Maybe brown envelopes might have been exchanged. I don't know. You let me know that in the comment section. At the end of the day, guys, this is just but my opinion. Do let me know your thoughts and opinions in the comment section below. And if you're watching for the first time, don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit the notification bell for more informative content such as this. You can also check my YouTube channel, and I guarantee you that you'll get a ton of content on recent political, policy, and governance issues in Kenya.